because I think there's a huge misunderstanding with what isolation booths are, isolation rooms are in the vast majority of schools. I have never visited a school, I have never worked in a school that has isolation booths where you're in some sort of sensory deprivation chamber and you can't see anyone. Every isolation room I've ever seen is a classroom or a smaller version or sometimes a bigger version. And there are desks like there are in a classroom. And sometimes they've got blocks, sometimes they're facing the wall, but you could have 30, 40 kids in there. You get some rooms, you could have 10. It depends on the size of the school and the rooming available. But it's just another room with desks in where kids go when they're disrupting a lesson. So I'm not denying that isolation booths as you imagine them with some sort of thing blocking. I'm not denying that those exist in some schools. I'm sure they absolutely do. I've never experienced them, but in the schools I've been in where you have a separate room where you take the disruptors or young people who are currently being disruptive, then it's just a normal classroom, and calling them isolation rooms is incredibly misleading and sounds like makes people think horrifying things that are absolutely not the case. And the second thing about that, we have one in my current school. It was not being used properly until this year. It is now being used properly. And I think it's 93% of the staff in the recent poll said that behavior has improved. I personally feel like I can actually teach for the first time. I know that I'm supported. I know that I will be supported if I need to, if I have to, as a last resort, remove a child from the room because they are not doing what they need to do and they're disrupting people. I feel for the first time in a long time like I can actually do my job and teach students, and 29 students are not missing out because of one or two. And it has been revolutionary. I said to a deputy head teacher a few weeks ago that my need to leave this career no longer feels urgent because I feel like I can go with this. The kids know that the rules are being enforced. They know that if they're kicking off and preventing the class from learning and acting a fool and being a clown, they know that somebody, when I click a button, somebody will actually come and collect them. They will actually be taken to that room, and it's not going to be party time. They actually will have to sit down and do something.
It's like sending your child to the bedroom, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's not, no one's suffering. It's not a torture chamber. They're not alone with no human contact for 23 hours a day. This is not prison. It is just a room where they go and reset and reflect on what they've done. And most importantly, the other 29 students in my class can actually get on with their learning, and I don't want to walk out the gate.